Today we have a new HomeKit Smart Air Purifier to check out. In fact, this is the first Smart Air Purifier to support HomeKit over Thread. Today I'm going to take a look at the new Airversa Purelle HomeKit Air Purifier. We're going to try to determine if this would be a good addition to your smart home. Let's go! Yo, what's up guys? My name is Shane if this is your first time here, and this channel is all about building an easy Apple smart home with new videos published every Sunday and live streams every Wednesday. Now, big thanks to the folks over at Airversa for sending me out their new Purelle Smart Air Purifier so I could check it out and share with you guys. Full disclosure, it was provided for free so that I could test it out and share it here on the channel, but there are no strings attached, and I'm gonna give you my honest thoughts and feedback as always. And yes, that's right, this is the first smart air purifier on the market that I'm aware of that supports HomeKit over Thread. Now, Thread is a reliable and secure wireless protocol built to support smart home devices. Thread is also one of the main pillars of Matter, that new smart home standard that we should be seeing roll out pretty soon here. Now, in order to connect this air purifier to Thread or using Thread, you will need a Thread border router, you know, something like a HomePod Mini or the latest generation Apple TV. And if you don't have a Thread border router, you can still connect it via Bluetooth. And while this does support Apple HomeKit, it doesn't support any of the other voice assistants currently. Now, a little bit about this thing. This is for small to medium sized rooms. They say optimal room size is 300 square feet or 28 square meters. It has a clean air delivery rate of 130 cubic feet per minute or 221 cubic meters per hour. That's about average or better when compared to similar air purifiers on the market. It can clean 250 square feet in 15 minutes, 500 square feet in 30 minutes, and 1,000 square feet in 1 hour. The device does have a built-in air quality sensor that detects PM 2.5 levels. PM 2.5 refers to tiny particles or droplets in the air that are 2.5 microns or less in width. Now, this does not detect other things in the air like VOCs. Volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, are emitted as gases from certain solids or liquids, things like paint, cleaning supplies, and even cooking. However, the two 3-in-1 air filters include an active carbon layer that can remove VOCs. The 3-stage filtration system consists of a pre-filter that captures lint, hair, and pet fur, the H13 True HEPA filter, which captures smoke, particles, dust, pollen, and pet dander, and that activated carbon filter that captures smoke and unpleasant odors such as cooking smells and pet odor. This 3-stage filtration system removes 99.97% of airborne contaminants down to 0.3 microns in size, at least that's what they claim. It uses 2 replaceable air filters that are said to last up to 3,000 hours. I'm sure that may vary depending on usage. They do recommend cleaning the pre-filter by vacuuming it about once a month. A set of replacement filters currently costs about $30, which really isn't too bad. We'll talk more about pricing in a second. It's not very noisy at all, with noise levels as low as 23 decibels when in sleep mode and a max noise level of only 53 decibels when turned all the way up, so not very bad. This thing is pretty quiet. In the box, we have the manual power supply and the purifier itself. Nice, sleek looking design, I think. Vents are here on the side, each side for airflow. Let's remove the plastic from the touch display. I will also need to remove the plastic from the filters before I can turn it on. To do that, you turn it upside down, twist the knob, and remove the base to take out the filters. This right here is what the filters look like. Let's check out one of my favorite features on this thing, and that is this really cool looking touch display panel. The first and most noticeable thing to take note of is this really nice air quality LED ring. I love this. The colors will actually change based on the air quality readings. This info display also has adaptive brightness, which is just a super nice touch in my opinion. That means the brightness will adjust based on how dark or light your room is. This feature can also be turned off in the settings, which again we'll get to in just a second. Of course, you can also clearly see the exact PM 2.5 value, nice and big and bold right here in the center. We have our power button at the bottom. Just above that is these little bars that indicate your filter life. This is the network pairing indicator. If it's solid, then it's been paired, successfully to your network. Here's the sleep button right here that will turn on and off the display, and also drop the fan speed even lower than the lowest setting. So this would be nice, if you prefer really quiet and no lights and stuff like that in a bedroom or something like that. The timer button will cycle through timer options. Each increment is 1 hour when using the touch panel. The auto mode button will let you know if auto mode is active. Tap it to turn on or off. You can see here in the manual how the auto mode will adjust the fan speeds based on the air quality readings from that sensor, so that's really nice. This is the fan speed button. Tap it to cycle through the fan speeds. We have a child lock button. Press and hold it for 5 seconds to turn the display lock on or off. And lastly, there is a filter status indicator here. Just press and hold this to reset it, when you change your filters, and it will actually blink red when it's time to replace your filters. I wanted to first try setting this up directly in the Home app without using, the manufacturer's app. I was able to do that right away. You can see the device is in network pairing mode. I can open up the Home app and see there is my new air purifier. I'll just scan the HomeKit code that's on the manual, or it's also on the back of the air purifier itself, and it was successfully added on the first attempt. Very good. Rename it if you want. You can see I have both the air purifier and the air quality sensor, both that are exposed to HomeKit. Click done and I'm good to go. It's now working in HomeKit. I can turn it on and off and control the 5 different speeds of the fan right here in the Home app. If we tap on accessories, you can see the purifier and the air quality sensor that is exposed to HomeKit. You can see I also have access to the child lock and the auto mode right here in HomeKit. So that's really nice, not only that it has an auto mode in the first place, but the fact that it's also accessible in HomeKit. I'll be honest, I'm a little unclear of what this mode button right here does. It seems to also enable the auto mode or some combination of that and turning on the device on and off. And of course, with the air quality sensor accessory, you have the air quality level and the exact PM 2.5 density reading. So this air quality sensor and the purifier itself can be used in HomeKit, with your automations and scenes, including all of your other HomeKit accessories, which is great. Now, I do usually recommend installing the manufacturer's app when you're using devices like this, at least at first, if nothing else, so you can, be sure to get any firmware updates or anything like that that might be available. You'll also often get some additional features that aren't accessible in HomeKit, which is the case with this product here. This one uses an app called Sleekpoint. I did install that on my phone. I really like that there is an option to register an account, but also an express mode that doesn't require any registration or account, so that's nice. So I'm just gonna use that express mode and give the app permission to access my HomeKit data. The app immediately recognizes the device since I already set it up in HomeKit. We have access to all the same controls. There is a little graph down here. This does seem to be a little glitchy right now, so maybe this will be, seems like some of the information is missing. Maybe this will be updated and fixed in like a firmware update down the road. Probably the biggest difference in using the Sleekpoint app and HomeKit is that in the app, the manufacturer's app, you can actually access the sleep mode, which you can't do in HomeKit. So there's also some more stuff in the settings. You can turn off that adaptive brightness feature of the air quality ring and the info display. If you turn it off, you can adjust the brightness manually. You can set timers from within the app with hour and minute increments when you're using the app. You can also set schedules. Of course, you can set schedules in the Home app too, but if you do this, in the manufacturer's app, you can actually schedule that sleep mode to come on and off every night if that's something you wanted to do, which again, you can't do that in HomeKit or through HomeKit right now. You can also schedule everything from the kid lock, auto mode, and even the display brightness right here through the app. You can also turn off the feedback sound if you want. You might want to do that if you use, the schedules or have this thing change schedules throughout the day. That way you don't get the, little beeping sounds when it switches modes automatically. You can check the filter life from the app and even buy more filters. Then you have your device info. Really nice down here that it shows the current connectivity protocol that it's using. As you can see, mine is connected via Thread, and you can even get more details like the Thread status and capabilities. All in all, it's a pretty basic app, but seems to be pretty well put together in my experience. All right, so we're gonna do a quick little test of the Airversa and check out the auto mode and the sensitivity and all that. I have some canned smoke right here, so this stuff is good for testing out smoke detectors and stuff like that. Hey Siri, turn the Airversa to auto. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of blow it right in the general area. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Wow, went to 999. Pretty quick. Cool how the LED ring turned red right there. Let's see how quick it comes down. Coming down pretty quick. Look at that. The LED ring, is it changing? Still red. It's more of an orange now. There we go, yellow. Oh, almost green. You can see I got that auto mode on, so it is adjusting appropriately as needed based on the air quality. We're down to 50. 48, so it's getting better. Works pretty fast, all less than a minute or so. It's been maybe about a minute since I first sprayed. And down to 35, we are green again. So it will get back down to appropriate levels, I'm sure, here soon, but we have a green status, so we are good. Not bad. Hey Siri, what's the air quality in the studio?
Air quality sensor detects excellent air quality in the studio.
The Purelle Smart Air Purifier currently costs $170 US over on Amazon. A set of replacement filters again on their own cost only about $30 US, which is not too bad. So let's get my overall thoughts on this guy. First of all, it does support Thread, which, you know, is great. That does mean less devices that I have to connect directly to my Wi-Fi. All the other smart air purifiers that I've used are Wi-Fi based or Wi-Fi connected. So having this thing that supports Thread is nice. That means, you know, like I said, just less devices you have to connect, and that could potentially bog down your Wi-Fi network over time. And again, this is full router eligible Thread, which is great since it's an always plugged in Thread device. It has the capability to expand my Thread network, you know, which, like I said, is great, especially if you're trying to, you know, build out a good Thread mesh network. So Thread support is great. I love that this has a built-in air quality sensor, which allows me to use that auto mode. That's really how I like to use these type of devices, these air purifiers. Kind of just set it and forget it, leave it on auto. But having it accessible in HomeKit is great. So if I keep this in my studio, which is what I'll probably do, I can turn it off and on, you know, when I'm recording through HomeKit scenes and stuff like that. And then, you know, automate that auto mode to come back on when I'm done. Believe it or not all smart air purifiers have an air quality sensor or an auto mode. So that's really nice to see. Again, this is detecting only the PM 2.5 levels in the air. So you're not able to detect like the VOCs or anything like that. It can clean those VOCs out of the air. So if you have another sensor, you know, that can detect more advanced stuff like that, like VOCs, maybe the Eve air quality sensor or the Akara TVOC, you can automate this thing, you know, to come on and off based on those other sensors through HomeKit if you want. I do really wish that the sleep mode was accessible in HomeKit. That way I could also automate that sleep mode in HomeKit with my HomeKit scenes and automations. Unfortunately, it's not. And if you want to do that, you will have to, you know, set up those schedules in that Sleekpoint app. So maybe not a huge deal, but again, would love to see that exposed to HomeKit like they did with the auto mode and the child lock. That's probably something they could add through a firmware update in the future, I suppose. So we'll see, maybe that'll come down the line. The filters are pretty affordable, so that's nice. Not sure how long they'll last. Again, they say about 3,000 hours, but time will tell, you know, based on usage. I plan to keep mine running pretty much all the time on auto mode. Lastly, I really do love that nice looking touch panel. That's subjective, I know, but for me personally, I really like it. One of my favorite things about this, and that adaptive brightness option. is really nice. Just kind of like an extra little added bonus. I feel like some nice touches went into this and the design, the overall design of the product. Overall, I'm really happy with this thing as a air purifier that supports HomeKit. It is a newer, lesser known company, at least in the smart home space. So there's always that worry of being able to find replacement filters and things like that in the future. Just something to be aware of and kind of consider. So far, they are easily available, at least here in the US, and as mentioned, they're pretty affordable. So hopefully that's nothing to really worry about. Might want to do like I did and go ahead and get some extra filters just to keep on standby, just in case. Again, I really do love that auto setting. For me, it means I can just kind of set it and forget it, which is probably what I'll do, but still be able to automate some things in HomeKit, which is great. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions about this or if I missed anything. I'll put links to some other reviews I've done on other smart air purifiers down in the description below. You can also check out some other smart home videos that I've done right here on screen. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.